What's up, gangsters?
What's up?
We're back. Episode
3. Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, already.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Dude, the year is so short, it feels like. Like those 3 months now, it feels like it was just 3 weeks, kinda.
Yeah,
right. It's crazy.
It does tend to happen towards the end of the year. But here we are. Guess it's time for some more horrible takes.
I think so. I definitely have one today.
Oh, really? I honestly expected you to have like some pretty decent takes. So
I am prepared.
Nice. Well, I hope you're also prepared for the comments, then pointing out your horrible takes. And we'll see.
Always. Yeah, it's so funny looking at the comments. So first of all, if you see this on YouTube, and even if you see it on Spotify, leave a comment. That helps us actually. Leave a comment, leave a like, and tell us that we are the best.
Yeah, that'll help us feel better about ourselves.
Exactly.
And if you have some time to spare, you could also let us know, like how you think the podcast is going so far, what kind of topics you would want to see us dive in more. Because I'm like with today's topic, I want to bring up like two little things before we dive into like the main two movies. I keep forgetting about, it's the third episode. I don't know what the premise of this podcast is, because this is kind of like different than the first two, like movies-wise.
Yeah. So honestly, even though the description says something about, we are diving into the obscure, underrated side and everything, I think we kind of do that. But it's funny because yesterday I saw a comment and I actually replied where someone said, okay, first episode and you're watching Weapons and Together. And I just said, okay, just because the movies are well known doesn't mean they are not obscure in a way, right?
Yeah,
it can kind of coexist.
Yeah, sure. These were Weapons was kind of like a big deal. And I guess, especially then with my audience, like I'm sure that they were going to know about those two movies, especially Weapons. First episode was also a tryout. They were somewhat easy movies to talk about. I think it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, technically we just talk about what we want to talk about, I guess. Like that's kind of the idea.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
If the people have like suggestions about stuff that might fall under our radar, they should let us know as well, I guess. So we are open.
Exactly. And the little description was just like a nice ChatGPT generated premise.
No.
I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, man. So how are you? Tell me real quick, man.
Yeah, I told you already, just a bit stressed at the moment because of like my main music work stuff and like the important, boring stuff like paperwork and taxes and shit. But whatever. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for asking.
Awesome.
There were like two little things that I wanted to bring up. One thing is, well, maybe I can just, because it's movie related and I just needed to get it off my chest. And I was curious if you had seen it already or at least familiar with it. Last night, I watched Shelby Oaks.
I have it on my watch list.
Okay, yeah, right. So, sort of like and that's the thing. Even how I'm going to introduce it now, I think is kind of like the curse of the movie because it's that YouTuber movie, right?
Yeah, it's one of your colleagues, technically.
Yes. Chris Stuckman. He is like, oh my goodness. Do you know him? Do you watch his videos?
I used to watch it a bit back in the days, but I kind of like it. Just
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just did not follow him for a while now, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Like I when I was more getting into movies, like because he's been doing that for ages, I'm sure. And it was like, oh, cool. Like a guy, like he has a big platform. But then at some point, I think I started finding his reviews sort of like safe, kind of like not necessarily boring, but like it's plus the type of movies he talks is. Mostly like relatively mainstream. Not that that's a dirty word, but at some point I was diving into some other stuff.
You surely are.
Yeah. I don't think that he would be very happy reviewing some of the stuff that passes by on my channel. But I saw the reviews.
I just had a thought. Imagine you're looking in your inbox because you follow him, and then like one day he is like doing a review of Ilsa or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like.
I think at some point people are now having all these like conspiracy theories because at some point he announced that he was gonna stop giving negative reviews, and people are saying like, oh, that was him knowing that he was gonna make a movie at some point, and then with him not being negative, maybe people would be kind on him. Maybe.
I get it.
But I would see him try and uphold that standard, not giving bad reviews with selling those movies like an Ilsa She-Wolf.
Yeah.
But the Shelby Oaks, it got like mixed reviews, honestly not great reviews, and I kind of liked it.
Okay, so we gonna put that on the list for next time?
Maybe. If anything, I would love to. Yeah, because if you have, I don't want to spoil too much. It's just like maybe I wanted to bring it up for for the audience. Curious if people have seen it. Let me know. I get the main criticisms. It's very much a horror movie, as in like it does everything you've seen before.
I heard it's kind of a mixture of Hereditary and Blair Witch Project.
Basically, throw in some Lake Mungo, some Rosemary's Baby, perhaps, and then you have Shelby Oaks.
But honestly, like getting inspired is not bad in my opinion if it's done well.
Yeah, I thought it was very decently made for a first time director. It's just kind of like generic jump scares, generic music, like horror music, and it works. It always works for me. This is the type of movie that scares me because I easily fall for like those sort of like standard. We're trained on these horror tropes with the scary music and the jump scares, and it works on me. I just still don't like jump scares because I fucking hate being startled. It's like, but that's but that's a tangent for another time. And I was also thinking like if you love a specific dish very much, and when you get it and you've had it so many times before, you're still gonna enjoy it, right? It's still a good dish. And I kind of think of it with this movie, like sure you've seen it in a lot of other movies, but it's not bad to see it again.
That's good. So I will keep it on my list for sure. Like whenever it releases in Germany in like 5 years or something.
Yeah, so it went to streaming now.
Okay, that's something.
So that you can usually find it one way or another when it's online. Another thing, maybe I can keep it really short, but it's kind of like a horrible reviews YouTube channel update related, because maybe people,
go ahead.
Okay, so maybe people are like, oh, it's just podcast after another. The one thing is that if we didn't do the podcast, it would have just been nothing. So it's always an addition.
It's more, it's just more.
But last weekend, I recorded something new for the channel with a friend, and it was honestly a lot of fun. She had this idea for a while that she wanted to do a little collab. She has a YouTube channel as well, but she has like 200 subscribers, like she's small. She does it like every here and there. But she prepared a sort of like film quiz game show format where she prepared like scenes from a movie. She would play a scene, would pause it, and would be like, A, does this happen? B, C, and we incorporated a drinking game into it. And it was a lot of fun. And between the podcasts with you and that video that we recorded that I started editing now, it's the most fun I've had for my YouTube channel in a while. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that means that I was talking with another friend about this as well, that maybe I should just sort of let go of the format that I really cemented myself into with horrible reviews, like watch 5 depressing fucking movies, write like an 8-page long script. Like it takes me like 30-40 hours to make like one video, and that one was more improvised, like non-scripted with a friend. This is non-scripted. I have one video lined up that the plan I had like back in July to make that video. So that's like July, uni. Okay, so it's like a couple months ago, and I do still want to finish that or like make that one. It is like a sort of like special episode within the Disturbing movie series. But after that, I'm probably just gonna like rethink the format a little bit. Just maybe do like shorter videos, more, prepare a little bit what I'm going to talk about, and then just record and then edit some clips and
Yeah, what I really liked, just a little feedback from the side of a consumer of the channel actually. What I really enjoyed was your series where you just talk about like one movie, like those horrors of 2020X.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's a series that I really liked on your channel because it just feels a bit more like just like short-term enjoyable content. Because honestly, like, I can imagine that a video like "Why do I hate my life after watching Trauma for 5 times" is not like the most exciting thing to look forward to all the time.
No, exactly. And yeah, the disturbing movie series is also kind of running on like low fumes.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Like, I'll always be able to find more titles, but
of course.
But
at what point it's just trash, right?
Yeah, that is definitely true. So maybe it's time for me to move on and review other trashy movies, but at least something like maybe, a little different. But yeah, so that's I just wanted to throw in a little update, and
that's cool.
I guess we can just jump in the main course for today.
We kind of can. I have 2 anecdotes as well, so we're gonna have like a longer intro.
I'm so selfish. I'm like, I said my thing.
That's
no,
okay.
Let's go.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll just leave. You can talk. That's okay. No, so first thing that's kind of funny is I just wanted to tell you I started to watch all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies with Scarlett, and we are at movie 5 now, and they are still really enjoyable, honestly.
That's so cool. I've always held the original in high regard, obviously, because it's kind of a classic, but it's a really enjoyable movie, and I often compare like the 80s. You had like Friday the 13th, Halloween, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Those were the big ones. And honestly, I haven't seen the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels in a while. They might hold up the best out of those 3 franchises. Like, they're fun.
They are fun. They are kind of cozy. Like, they have this dreamy, cozy vibe, kind of. And the cool thing that I like a lot is they are kind of like thinking forward quite a bit. Like, there are scenes in those movies where I'm like, okay, I'm still kind of amazed by how they came up with that. Like the huge Freddy worm, and the scene where he got like the veins out of his arms and he's like a puppet, like this one guy. Like, scenes like that, they still hold up and they look crazy and they are still like just really creative, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I love that quite a bit. And we are at movie 5 now, and I remember that the 7th movie, like the new Nightmare one, is also one that I liked a lot back in the days because it was kind of fresh, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Is the new Nightmare, is that 5? Or is it 6 or 7?
It's 7. 7 is new Nightmare.
Yeah, that one was honestly like really clever. And it's I think it's Wes Craven, and it's like 2 years before. It's kind of like he had sort of like a tryout for what he eventually nailed with Scream, and it was sort of like the self-aware meta twist to it all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. And then I have a second anecdote, and that will immediately transfer us into the first movie.
Nice.
So, yesterday, you sent me your copy of Cure.
Yes.
No, your copy, my
DVD, my Blu-ray Criterion collection.
Correct. Exactly. And the thing is, so I had to transfer it to my laptop because I did not have a Blu-ray player.
Sure.
Right? Like, it happens. It happens.
Totally.
And then I had it on my laptop, and I wanted to stream it to my TV because my laptop has no HDMI. Right? It's like a small notebook type thing. So I was like, okay, streaming, because it worked with some other movies and stuff, and it worked with YouTube and everything. So it's cool. I started streaming it, and then like after a minute, a pop-up came on my TV, audio format not supported. I'm like,
oh.
Huh? Like, how does that make sense? Like, you can play the movie and the audio format is not supported? Okay. So I Googled, etc., and it's because of like the codec of the file that transferred to my laptop.
People know I just sang it like
this is literally dancing like around the fire pit right now.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let's convert it. Converting for 1.5 hours.
Oh shit! It's like the whole movie.
So it took a while, and then I wanted to stream it again, and then the whole streaming did not work out of nowhere.
Okay, I'm so curious where the story is leading to.
So it did not work again. So after waiting for 1.5 hours and trying around to play it on my TV for half an hour, I decided, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna grab the laptop of my dad, who lives like under us in a separate flat.
In a basement.
Like under the basement. So I grabbed his laptop, and then I realized, oh fuck, now I have to download the movie again. So I downloaded the movie again.
Okay, yeah.
And what happened then was, somehow there was, like, just as I told you today, there was no subtitle.
Oh my goodness.
On the version of my other laptop was a subtitle.
Yeah. So
I don't know what happened. It was the same file. So what they had to do, go to my other laptop again, extract the subtitle, install an extra program for that, put it on my other laptop, tie in the subtitle into the file to be able to play it on my TV, and then I played it on my TV, and the subtitle was not able to transfer to my TV.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so long story short, you didn't see the movie, or?
I did. We managed to make it somehow. I don't remember how 100%, but that was like the whole journey, and it took us 2.5 hours to play this movie finally.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
And the movie we're gonna talk about is Cure by, what's his first name again? It's Kurosawa, but
yeah, Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Kiyoshi.
Yeah. Nice, good one.
Because I remembered Yoshi from like Mario, but then Kiyoshi.
Okay. And now I'm sweating because I raged a bit, and now we can talk about the movie.
And now I'm very scared that the first thing you're gonna see is that it was not worth the effort. But I don't know.
It was.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
Okay, so because a little bit of context. We're gonna talk about two movies by Japanese author, filmmaker Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
Yes,
his
one of the best to do it, I think. Like, at least people talk about him like that, like one of the filmmakers, right?
Exactly. To put it in perspective, I would have loved to do like a deep dive into Kurosawa with you for the podcast, but that's impossible with our schedules. With also the premise of our podcast was just like, hey, let's just hang out and talk movies. He's a well-known, well-regarded filmmaker. There's enough info out there on him if you want to know like why he's. We obviously we'll talk about it, but we thought it would be cool, and it was also because you saw his latest movie just on a random plane.
Yeah, on a flight to Canada, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
The movie Cloud, right? Like it is his latest movie, yeah, right?
Yeah. Although I did see that I think he made 2 movies in 2024. Yeah, and the other one is called Chime. And he has a lot of movies that have just like a one-word title. And he has we are gonna talk about Cure and Cloud, but he also has Chime, Creepy, Charisma. So we could have done 5 one words starting with a C, like Cure, Cloud, Chime, Creepy, Charisma. But we're just doing the 2. So like, don't expect a super deep dive into it's I think it's interesting because Cure, from what I understand, because I'm not super familiar with the filmmaker, he started out making these sort of like a straight-to-video Japanese or like B movies, and Cure was really like his breakout movie, and is honestly like regarded as a classic now. I think it's in the Letterboxd top, whatever they have, like top 100 or top 250, like IMDb does. And then, so that wasn't like in his heydays. The guy's like 70 years old now. So if he last year made a movie, like that's honestly impressive. And I think it's interesting to see like, okay, from the late 90s up to like present day, how has he kept his skills and what have you?
That's what I thought about immediately. Like, without talking too much, like, this podcast is gonna be hard, man. Like, not gonna lie, this is gonna be hard to talk about. So, without taking too much away from later, you see that both of those movies are made by the same guy immediately.
Yeah, totally.
It's insane.
And I also feel that okay, short little anecdote. I've seen Cure and Pulse, probably his most popular movies, back in I have them logged on Letterboxd, but it was before I used Letterboxd. But before I used Letterboxd, I just wrote all the movies down in a little Word document, like dates and then the movie. And then when I started using Letterboxd, I just retroactively, how do you say? Well, I just like added it with the dates. So both Cure and Pulse I've watched in 2012, which is 13 years ago. Obviously. And I remember not caring for them too much. And so when you brought up Cloud, and I said, like, oh, maybe we can combine it with Cure, because it was a good excuse for me to rewatch it, because I thought with maybe a more matured taste, I'll enjoy it more. And I did not remember a single thing when I rewatched it earlier this week. It was crazy.
Okay.
But I do remember now why I didn't like it back then. And I totally understand why it wouldn't work for some. And that's mostly to do with the pacing and the vibe, and not a set, because let's not get ahead. If anything, do you want to give a short description what Cure is about, like premise-wise?
I can try, definitely. So I watched the movie yesterday.
With subtitles?
Yeah, with subtitles, so that worked all at the end. And I already have to say that there's so much like sub-context stuff going on that it's really hard to kind of put together the movie. So first of all, it's pretty much about a police officer type, like detective guy.
Yeah, detective.
And where should I start? I'm really having a hard time to describe what happened, because my brain is so scattered, like about everything that did not happen but might be implicated.
Yeah.
Give me a hand, my friend.
Okay.
I feel like an idiot right now.
Maybe I should just do it solo this podcast now.
It's certainly about a police officer.
It's a good start. Absolutely. There's a detective. I guess you could put this movie in the serial killer investigating genre, like
100%.
He got a bit of a reputation as a horror movie director, even though I would not label this necessarily as horror, but as a like crime thriller that's very heavy on dread and so like atmosphere. But basically he's investigating a case where a lot of dead bodies show up, and they have the same sort of like
the X mark.
But which would all lead to like, the conclusion you draw from that is like there's a crazy serial killer on the loose. But whenever they run into either suspects or that they actually find people who did the killing, it's all random people, and it doesn't make any sense. They don't have a clear motive.
Exactly. And now, if you want, I can take over again, because now it clicks again.
Yeah.
So then the movie at a certain point, I think after the first body gets discovered, makes a cut to another perspective, like of this whole case. And you pretty much like right from the beginning know who the killer is or might be.
Yeah.
And there was one guy who I don't remember the names at all, because it's always hard with Japanese names for me, honestly. But there is this one guy who seemingly does not, like, he has amnesia, like pretty heavy amnesia. So he gets some information, and then it's like it's disappeared like after a minute, like it's gone, and he asks again and stuff, and like the whole conversations are so like weirded out, and it's so interesting how they talk to this guy. And then he visits, like he gets picked up by a guy on the beach pretty much because he wants to help them. And then you slowly but surely realize, okay, it feels like he's kind of trying to get the information from the other person, like all the infos about their life and stuff. And it feels like he's kind of like feasting from it. Like it feels like he kind of gets power from the information. That's what I kind of thought into it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because he must have so many times like, tell me about yourself, right?
Yeah, and it's so cool because like at a certain point, he always asks like, who are you? Yeah. And the people say their name, and that's literally not what he means. Like he wants to know who you are. Like what's your like inner desire? right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the people don't get it, and they always say, "Yo, that's my name," but who are you? And it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And then pretty much he like opens his like. There is also stuff with the wife of the guy that picked that other guy up. She's like sick, right? Like she's sick and sleeping upstairs. And then there's like a little conversation about that wife, and then he says something. Yeah, I don't remember her. You do. So he can kind of like also read the minds of the quote unquote victims. It's weird. But then he opens his lighter because he wants to smoke, and then it does like he lights the fire, and then you realize, okay, and it's pretty soon as well that you realize, okay, he can kind of hypnotize the victims by the flicker of the lighter.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And
totally.
That's how stuff gets down and how people get killed, kind of.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the whole movie.
Honestly, it kind of is. Yeah. It's kind of like rinse, repeat, and then because halfway, well, yeah. Even but when the character's introduced, you're probably already like, oh, this is kind of a sketchy dude. I'll get to that later. He is charismatic, frustrating, annoying, cool. Like he is kind of a lot of them, and basically all he does is ask like, "Who are you?" or like, "What is this? Who?" Like it's like you like the amnesia, and it's also like, is it like a shtick? Is he like putting it up a show? And so you're okay, yeah, it must be him. And then like halfway through the movie or so, because they don't know a name because he doesn't remember his name, and halfway through the main character, the detective, he sort of like confirms who he is because he finds like his little apartment or like sort of like shabby place where he used to live. And it's like, okay,
there's
so
like a lot of books like about psychology and like hypnotism, mesmerism, and stuff like that.
So you basically know, and that's what I do like about the movie, because it's not a very traditional like, oh, we have to find the like no. It's not a whodunit.
Not at all. No, it's so interesting.
It's not even an how done it, or because you know, but since it's so it's like, yeah, they have all the puzzle pieces, but they don't have shit on him because it's like we can't charge him for anything.
It feels more like a where the hell this is going movie.
Yeah,
right.
Totally. And
what is happening?
It definitely goes somewhere. Oh yeah. So heads up for people that are new to the podcast. This is always a spoiler
true
podcast.
That.
So we usually spoil the movies.
It's so hard to talk about this. Oh my god, what have we done?
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, you didn't pick very well. I mean, you kind of picked Cloud, and I said less obscure. They're not easy movies to talk about. And I feel like I very much have the thoughts in my head, but it's kind of hard to put them to words. Because what I said earlier, that I can see why people would not like these movies, it's not because of the story or like the characters, like because they're interesting characters. It's like a sort of like fascinating story, a little mystery here. But the pacing is really, really slow. And because even though you said like, oh, I can't really, like, you were like, where do I begin explaining what happens in the movie? We just did. And honestly, that's it. Not a lot much happens.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's always something like brooding underneath, and it doesn't give like clear-cut answers, not even in the end. And from what I understand, that's kind of the director's shtick, and it's that's why I think his work is labeled as horror, because it's borderline psychological horror. But what I don't think this is necessarily a scary movie, but it does kind of get under your skin, and
absolutely.
He does that without a single jump scare, without barely any music in the movie.
True. In this one there is next to no music, just like some droning like sounds, kind of.
One thing that I was very curious about your opinion on as a musician, sound designer, I freaking loved the sound design in Cure.
Yes.
I thought it was so...
yeah, that put everything together pretty well, I think. Like it really made the movie sometimes.
Yeah,
Like this
it's
was
it's
great.
the way it's shot. Also, I kind of love the way it's shot. It's not stylized
Mhm.
at all. It's very like natural. A lot of just like sort of like static shots, natural lighting. But that kind of gives it like the sort of like natural look and feel in combination with this sound design that's at some point there's like a scene, say in like a room or so, and there's very present. You hear just like this washing machine, like, woo, 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 woo,
Yeah,
like in the
true.
background, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And whenever
Yeah.
and at some point the killer, let's call him the killer,
Yeah.
he's like in a cell, and before you see that he's banging this little chair on like a radiator, but you like a few scenes before, no, not scenes, like shots before that, you hear this like boom,
True,
boom,
yeah.
like through different shots, and you're like, what is that? And then you see that it's him doing that, and like there's
So
a
well
lot of
made.
like, yeah, like ambient sound, like even the lighter, you brought it up already, it plays like a very pivotal role in the movie.
Yeah.
Like even the lighting, the
Cling!
zipper,
Yeah.
clink, like the flames, it's so well done.
Yeah, and what I love about the sound design is that all the sounds that you're talking about, they are really, really important to the story. Like even the washing machine, because later on I realized, okay, the wife of the detective is always turning on the washing machine because she has like a certain amnesia too, and like the more often it happens, like the more often you hear the washing machine, it kind of spirals the detective down more into hating his wife, kind of.
Yeah,
And all that stuff is so cleverly put together. Like there's one scene where he's like face to face talking to the killer for the first time, and then he comes home, and there's this one scene, and this is like a major spoiler now, just to put it away like one last time for everyone. So don't listen if you want to watch it. He comes back home, and then he sees his wife like hanging on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And he's like having a real breakdown. And then it cuts away, like it just has like a jump cut to the wife standing there and asking, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah.
And that's like the moment where he the first time sees what his desire is, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's like, he is not crying because his wife is dead. He's crying because he realizes that, I think. Like he realizes, oh shit, I want that my wife dies.
Honestly, that's a good interpretation. I haven't thought of it like that, but it definitely does make sense in the because we're already spoiling. Like when afterwards he talks to the killer again, he's like, "You saw your wife dead, didn't you?" Like, did he put that in like because before that, and I kind of like I was sort of like frustrated with the detective as well because he's like this hard boiled detective, like work is my life, this and that, and but he breaks down quite badly in the conversation with the killer.
Oh yeah. He
like
rages pretty fast. Yeah,
he gets under his like he really gets to him, and that's what I think that there's. So the movie is borderline supernatural, but I don't think it is. But the guy just has like this, I call it charisma, that, and maybe it is just straight up hypnotism, but he gets the people. There's a scene where he's sort of like interviewed with almost the whole police squad is there, and and one guy has a question. He's like the head of the police, whatever, and the bad guy does the same shtick. He's like, "Who are you?" And then he says it's like, and I'm like, "Wait, who are you?" And the guy he should be like a super veteran police officer, and he fucking breaks down after like talking to the guy for like 2 minutes.
That's true. Yeah, it's maybe a bit over the top, like how fast all this goes.
Yeah, that was a little frustrating to me.
Yeah, I get it. You need a certain suspension of disbelief there to really get into it, I think.
And that's
because some stuff just doesn't make sense when you think about it too much. I think you're right there.
Yeah, and that's why I said like maybe the guy is almost like this larger than life enigma. Maybe he represents something because he is
at a certain point I thought, does the guy even exist, or is it the police officer? Like that's also an implication that I had for a second, but I think that doesn't make sense with the ending especially. But at
Yeah.
a certain point, I was like, oh no, it's one of those movies. Like it's definitely like the Shutter Island twist, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But
Like, oh yeah, I'm glad
it
they didn't do
isn't.
that. I don't think it is. No.
Same.
But
Same.
yeah, and it is. Yeah, the guy he just brings. Yeah, it's kind of what you said in the beginning when he asks like, "Who are you?" He's not asking for your name or your age and your occupation.
Yeah.
It's like who are you as
Yeah.
a person? What do you know? Like how do you see yourself? And that's definitely what gets to the hardball detective. And so
one thing
like,
I realized. Oh, sorry,
No,
I
go
interrupted
ahead.
you.
No,
One
go
thing
ahead.
I definitely realized is that that's also kind of what he does. Like he's not telling people, okay, like he's not able to hypnotize people to just kill other people. He's able to hypnotize people to do what they desire, pretty much. Like the police officer says, yeah, I hated my coworker, so he wanted to kill them. Then the dude at the beginning wanted to kill his wife as well because she was sick all the time and everything. Same with the detective. Like he wanted to kill his wife at the end, or wanted the wife dead at least, because she had amnesia and she was a burden. And all that kind of stuff happens throughout the movie. So it's always like, okay, he can hypnotize people, yes, but only to do the stuff they want to do anyways.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of what like I think like I read a bit into like this mesmerism type stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all about like bringing people to just do what they want to do, pretty much. So it's a belief in that sense, kind of. So that was kind of interesting, I think. What did you think about the ending?
I don't know, man. Like it's one of those movies because you also brought this up earlier. Like with every scene, like, okay, where is this going? Because we have all the puzzle pieces, but how can they resolve this? I kind of liked it because it's almost like it's, in a way, it's satisfying, but it also doesn't solve anything, if that makes sense. Like okay, so basically what happens is, well, at some point the detective, he kind of lets the guy loose from his cell. Like he lets him go, right?
Yes.
And then he meets him at this warehouse, whatever.
Yes.
And the bad guy is doing his usual shtick again, and it's like the detective is like, yeah, but what about this? Bang, and he just like shoots him like mid sentence, basically, I guess.
Yeah, I love that actually. That was kind of cool.
I thought it was super cool, and I totally get it. He's like we're not gonna get him charged with anything. And he's, I think he's also very upset with him because he opened up something in him that he put away, you know, like so like hatred or like something against his wife. I don't know if it's necessarily hatred, but like he's not happy in his combination with work and everything. And I think he's upset with him that he so easily saw through that. So it's like, yeah, boom, okay, so he's dead, but now what? You know, like, so it's like, it's satisfying that the bad guy dies in a traditional movie sense, like that's satisfying, but doesn't solve anything for our main character, you know?
Well, it kind of does, because there is another scene coming after that.
Oh shit, yeah, what was that again?
He's going into the diner.
Oh shit! That ending. I didn't really know what to make of that. To be fair.
Really? Okay, so that's so funny because I watched it with my wife Scarlett as well, of course, and we watched the movie, and then at the end we were sitting and looking at each other like, "What? It's over? What did just happen?" Wait, okay, let's rewind. Okay, and we watched the whole ending again, like the last 15 minutes. We watched it again.
Okay,
and really paid attention. And I was standing in front of the TV in the middle of the room, and I was standing, oh, this is happening, look at this. And there was so many things at that little diner scene, and I was like, holy shit, that's insane. Okay, so what happens is it's so little details that happen. It's so cool. And I kind of love that you did not see it.
No.
That's amazing. I'm hyped.
Yeah, I can tell, and I feel embarrassed. But
yeah. You feel like this now.
That's exactly.
Okay, so the thing is, like, he's ordering something, so the waitress is coming to him, and at that point he's Should I take that away now? No, I will not. That's kind of the twist that's happening right after he's ordering some stuff. And what happens after that is the waitress is leaving, and she gets like some kind of order from her boss, I think. So she's coming behind her and saying something to her, and you don't know what they say, and she's just looking like this, like. So she's kind of annoyed, like, from the order, right? Mm-hmm. And then she leaves, she goes into the bag, and you nearly don't see it, but from another counter, she's taking a knife and going, like, behind the boss.
And then it cuts the black.
And then it cuts. Right? So, and what happens, one little detail I did not realize, the moment, like, he's ordering the waitress to him, and in that moment, you see in the reflection that the waitress is already looking at him, and then he puts the lighter on, like he's lighting a cigarette. Yeah. So he is now able to hypnotize. Yeah. So he's kind of the next guy doing that as well.
Oh wow, yeah, exactly. Now that you were leading up to it, because I know, like, well, also, like, it's a different time when the movie was shot, but because you smoke inside of a restaurant. But it's like a sideshow where he's sitting and you very neatly see his pack of cigarettes, like, already there. Yeah. So it does make sense that we set it up like that. And so do you think that because I was like, is she gonna then kill the detective, or is she just gonna kill her boss?
Her boss, I think. Yeah, it's just continuing. Yeah. So I think that's the implication there, that he's kind of the next guy doing that stuff now.
Yeah,
because there is this one scene in the warehouse where he's listening to this weird ass, like, tape recording stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the moment where he learns how to hypnotize.
Okay, and that's why, fair enough.
And that's why he's able to get, like, out of the spell of the killer and is able to kill him. I think that might be how it comes together at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, I kind of do like that. I'm still not sure if it needed that last scene, but it does give some, because it's still like a standalone movie, and it would be super weird and wacky if you had like a Cure 2 or something. I don't think they included it like that as like a sequel bait, but in a modern day horror movie, that would totally be sequel bait, and maybe that's why I'm 100%. A little jaded to those sort of like tacked on scenes at the end. But here, and it's not spelled out, but it is probably what you say.
I think so, like, and I just like how minimalistic all this is, right? Like, that's what I really enjoyed. Like, in a movie nowadays, it would be like, oh well, it continues.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
and in that movie, it's just like a little scene, and it's only this little, he's putting out a cigarette and puts it on that kind of says what happens, and I love that. I totally love that.
Yeah, and the last cut to black is great. The editing, and like, editing, I always find hard to judge, like, when is a movie well edited, because often, like, good editing is like invisible, you don't see it. That's what they sometimes say. But this movie, it's very, like, it's slow pace. There's not a lot of cuts, but there's moments where I thought the editing was so well done. Like, they can just do, like, I think when he comes back from his place, he finds where the killer lives, and he's like in a car, and there's like these edits, and they feel wrong, but they work so well. So it's like this few frames that he remembers that he saw.
I just wanted to say that. Yes.
And like the audio, because you have like the audio from the car, and then it's like half a second, it's like, and it's like, and that's makes such an impact with like 3-4 cuts, and it's like, damn, those are very deliberate, kind of risky, but like risky edits, but they pay off so well because they really made an impression.
Yeah, it's kind of like the perfect minimalism, I think, in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, there is not a lot of cuts, there's not a lot of effects going on, there's not a lot of like it. This could be like a 100 euro movie, like the lowest of budgets. Right?
Yeah,
it could technically be. I don't know what the budget of this movie is. I'm curious right now.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying, because they don't go out on like, and obviously, like, it's still like there's so many like hidden costs, but I get. Oh,
the budget of this movie is $10,000.
Really?
Really?
Oh, that's insane.
Holy shit!
It's not that I don't believe you, but that's. Oh yeah,
1 million Japanese yen.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, does that translate to 10,000? Oh, honestly, I thought it was going to
10,000.
be. Oh, I was going to say it was going to be at least a little more because that's basically like no money.
It's
That's
nothing.
wild. That's
Holy
wild.
shit. Yeah, but
Oh,
and that shows again that he definitely is one of the best to do it, because like like how well this is made is just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's wild. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just looking at, maybe we can move on to the next one a little bit, but let's so we can wrap this one up.
Yeah.
It's because honestly, like I noticed that I'm starting to appreciate now that I'm talking out loud about it and discussing it, like I appreciate I told myself like I don't love it. I can definitely see why it's good, but I kind of love it's not I kind of love it. It's not a movie that I'm going to rewatch very often, but I appreciate the craft of it so much.
Yeah, it's just so well made. And now I think is a good time to ask you, do you want to hear my horrible take on this one?
Oh yeah, but you promised me one.
Yeah. So I think this one is the better Longlegs.
Yeah. No, I get that. Honestly, in a way, this movie might be more influential than, not that I would give it credit to, because just that I haven't really given it too much thought. Because I also read that this movie came out like a year before the whole like Japanese horror boom with like Ringu and like The Grudge and this and that. And this movie does Dread so well. And it's kind of a weird, fantastic template for the murder investigating.
And honestly, I really feel like that Perkins might be inspired by this movie. There is so many things where I was like, okay, this feels kind of like the story of Longlegs. Also with like from the second scene, you know who the murderer is.
Yeah.
The murderer is going into the houses of the people and makes them do stuff. And there's so many things where I was like, this kind of feels like the blueprint of Longlegs. And I have to say, unfortunately, I really wanted to love Longlegs when I saw it for the first time. But let's
not ruin your
No, but this one I just like it more than Longlegs. I don't say I don't like Longlegs. I enjoyed it quite a lot, but this one here just feels like the more complete version of that idea of a story, I guess, to me at least.
Yeah. And again, like going back to that budget, that's honestly, I know that's impressive.
Yeah, I think so.
Sick.
And now my question is, do you think that Cloud is also impressive?
That's a nice transition.
Thank you.
I watched Cloud before I rewatched Cure again.
Okay.
And halfway through the movie, this movie is I think 2 hours long, maybe like even like a little over an hour into the movie.
It's 2 hours 10, I think.
Yeah, I was like why is Sven recommending this one? Because I wasn't really feeling it.
Okay.
But in the end, I do. Okay, yeah. In the end, I do. Now also having rewatched Cure again, and I should probably just rewatch Pulse again because I get the director's style now again, and now Cloud does make more sense to me.
Okay.
So I did like it. I saw some. Well, we'll get into the premise because I saw some people that did not care for like the last action movie ending, but for me, it kind of like saved it because I was like, "Oh, this is fucking cool."
Yeah, but stuff is happening.
Yeah. Finally, after an hour. But maybe we should give some context as to what happens.
Yeah. So since I just watched it literally an hour ago, I can hopefully get this one together a bit better. So it's pretty much.
So, otherwise, you're also like this amnesia killer or something.
So it is about a guy.
You got that right again.
Yeah.
No, you want me to take it over from here, or?
So okay, let me get the name for this guy actually.
Something with a K. Quick. But they also call him Yoshi. I think it's Yoshi K.
Yeah, it's Yoshi. Yeah. So it's about Yoshi, and Yoshi is a reseller, pretty much. Like that's how the movie starts. He's going to a guy buying some electronic devices for way too cheap, selling them for way too expensive. And that's kind of what he does. That's the whole story of the guy. and it also is kind of the only character of the guy, to be completely honest.
Yeah, at some point, almost to a misplaced comedic degree, in my opinion.
Yes,
but we'll
yes.
get to that.
Sometimes it's like,
yeah, like
yeah,
really good.
Okay. And then, what happens is you kind of see a bit about his life, like how he's doing his job, how he is kind of doing his main job that he certainly doesn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And you pretty fast see that his boss actually wants to give him like a raise and a better placement in the company.
Yeah.
And he says, nah, that's not what I want to do. And then he actually also leaves the company. And yeah, after his kind of success with those electric devices, I think they are like some kind of medical therapy devices, if I remember that right. After that success, because he makes a lot of profit with it, I think 6 million or something, crazy stuff.
Probably yen again, but
yeah, it's yen. I think it's like 25,000 euros or something like that, along those lines. So what happens then is that he and his girlfriend, that occasionally lives with him, but doesn't really, but she's also not happy with her life and seems to be pretty materialistic, like right from the get-go. He decides, okay, fuck that, I'm gonna quit my job, let's go to another house and let's make this whole resale thing bigger, because I was lucky one time now.
Yeah. He was like
the worst thing.
That,
the worst thing you can do, like being lucky
totally.
one time with a side job and then being like, no, I commit 100% now. You know like, this is gonna go bad.
Leaving your apartment, setting it in a new place, way bigger than your last apartment. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just because you made like 20k profit is not the best way to go.
On some fucking shady practices.
Yeah, and it's so funny because Scarlett told me right from the beginning, okay, I hope this is not one of those movies where the protagonist is trying to do this stuff now and then does sketchy things to kind of be able to keep going and blah, blah, blah. And exactly that happens.
yeah, basically. That's true.
Very so he starts to do sketchy stuff. He starts to selling like fake designer
bags,
totes, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And yeah, then like for a long time, for I think 1 hour 20 or something, that's the movie.
He gets an assistant at some point because he got a little bit of money and then he has like extra hands.
Yes, and the assistant is also like, he seems like a nice guy, like a really nice guy that just wants the best for the guy, I think.
Yeah, I fucking love him in the end, that character.
He's amazing.
He's fucking
so
cool.
Good.
He's so cool.
He's the best for real. And you kind of realize, okay, he's not really having time for his wife as well, but the wife does not really care, or the girlfriend, like she does not really care.
No.
Yeah, she just wants the money, honestly, and it gets more clear at the end as well.
Oh, very much so.
And then there is a few people that he kind of mistreated by selling fake stuff, buying stuff too cheap. He kind of also lost track of one of his only friends, it seems like, because of exactly that, because he got like too successful.
Which
he did not really get, but you get the idea. He thinks he does.
Yeah.
And then there's also another random guy that's just pissed on him because he has success. And the guy with the mask, you remember, right?
Yeah. Because he beats him up at some point. I don't remember why again, but
because of the fake designer.
Like he probably got him onto the fake ones, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then it turns, like after 1 hour 20, it turns into some kind of revenge movie, I would say.
Yeah, because like all these guys, they sort of like meet online because the main character, Yoshi, he sells under this specific username. And at some point you start seeing like these people like, who is that? Because he sold me like a fake stuff and and he ripped us off. And then they sort of like get this vigilante team together, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of the Avengers, but
but then
scammed resellers.
Yeah, basically. And that's true. Then you're like some 80 minutes into the movie and you have like 20 minutes or 30 minutes left.
And before getting sorry, go ahead.
No. And I honestly, now in retrospect, I don't think I mind. It's another one that I would not rewatch that quickly, but I think that's just like his style because they're slow and maybe if it's been a while since you've watched them and you rewatch it, you'll get more out of it again.
Yeah.
But I I kind of really like the ending because basically it does indeed become a bit of an action movie. Now I don't think action is the right word because kind of what I liked about it, I described it to myself as at some point as almost like an anti-action movie in the sense that maybe like with Japanese movies with so like sketchy business sort of what maybe what Scarlett expected that at some point it's gonna become like Yakuza related, like illegal businesses and that. But at the end, it's just like a kind of misguided, greedy dude who gets a bunch of misguided vigilante people against him, and they get into shootouts. But it's like there's no action heroes here. There's some point when the main character gets a gun from his assistant. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. He holds it super awkwardly, and I loved that. And the whole
it's so real, man.
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of people fighting each other like guns, like shootouts, but none of them really know what they're doing. And that's what I really liked about it. Mm-hmm. Because at some point he has like a clear shot at one of the vigilante guys, and in a American action movie would be like bah bah bah, but he's like, you can sense he's like, oh fuck, I've never done. Am I going to shoot a person? But if not, then he's going to shoot like my assist, and he shoots him, and then the assistant is also like, hey, great job or something, and really like that.
Yeah, because that's an interesting thing about the assistant as well. Like he seems to be in some kind of syndicate, like some kind of higher family type thing. Like there must be like some weird stuff going on in the background, and I love that they don't really say anything about it. Like you just see one scene where it's like said, okay, he's part of a syndicate and he gets weapons and a GPS tracker like from some other old guy now, and you're like, okay, let's go.
Exactly. I kind of rolled with it because in the end I just ended up loving the guy so much.
Yes,
and it's this
100%.
young kid, and he is so loyal for some reason because at some point the main character, he pays him his severance. He's like, I don't need you anymore. And then he's like, he's not pissed about it. He's like, hey, call me if
Reach
you need
out,
anything.
Man. Yeah.
And
I have a theory for that, but I will come to that at the end.
Oh, okay. And I fucking love that guy towards the end because he's like, he basically saves his ass. And I kind of hated the girlfriend at the end.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's also by design, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, dude, it like this sounds really, really bad now. So I like women in general, like, right? I just want to put that down because
fighting the allegations.
Because nowadays, like when you talk about movies like this, I just want to position myself.
You're pro
like,
women,
female power for real. Like, just want to make sure. So that moment, the assistant is shooting the girlfriend. Dude, that was so satisfying. Like how looked. It was out of nowhere, just like boom, and she's just dropping, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to love, right? I had to love because it was so rough. That's one thing I love about the movie in general. Like the whole thing is really, really rough and low key, kind of.
Yeah, it's just really cool.
shootouts
are clumsy. It's like what would happen if you put a bunch of people that never fired a gun like in again, and then because a lot of that, it's not necessarily it's kind of like a warehouse where a lot of it happens, or like a warehouse factory kind of thing. Again, I love the sound design, like every gunshot echoed so beautifully.
Yes.
And it has sort of like a realistic approach. Like at some point so a little extra context, maybe I don't know if it needed that, but the vigilante team is like, it's like also like his ex-boss, like a bunch of people, but also his ex-boss. And at some point they dropped the lore that he killed his wife.
That was so random and caught me so off guard today. Because I watched the movie the first time in the plane, I told you, and I think that's why I was really, really invested as well, because I just had the little screen, I had headphones on, it was dark, and I was so into this movie. I was literally like, okay, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like, I was
awesome.
so into it, man.
Yeah.
Now, after rewatching it, I have to say it is too long. Like, cut 30 minutes and we're good, right? So that's kind of the thing.
This setup, because at some point you get it. They're not trying to hide the fact that the guy's a shady dude, you know? Like, we get it at some point.
Yeah, exactly. And now, after rewatching it, I have to say, though, this one scene where the boss killed his wife and kids, I was like,
wait, is that in the movie? I don't even remember. Oh, that's why they reveal that.
Yeah, where they reveal that. Yeah, just the paper, the newspaper. I'm like, how? Why? Why did that happen now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I don't know if it was to give context to that, he was like a more experienced shooter or so, because he was the only guy that sort of knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And but I still then, like, that's what I wanted to say, that I like the sort of like realism approach. Like, nobody had like infinite ammo. You know, at some point that guy, he's like shooting at him with a double-barreled shotgun, and he shoots at the assistant is okay. So every time he shoots, he needs to reload. So we have to, I like those little things.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Like things that you normally take for granted in action movies. It's sort of like deconstructed your average action movie.
Yeah. And again, that's kind of what we said about the last movie. It's just a really, it feels really minimalistic in the best way possible, I think.
Yeah. So that's also what you said at the beginning before we even talked about either of the movies. It is definitely the same director, and he definitely quite still got it.
It's so funny because, as I said, I watched Cure first now. We watched it yesterday, and today we watched Cloud. And first of all, I had to recheck which movie is older.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because I was wait, is this really from 24? Yeah, it is. And it looks exactly the same as Cure.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I would have to look it up. I wouldn't be surprised if Cloud is also shot on 35mm film, because it has that, like, almost the same film
grain
stock that they shoot. Yeah, exactly. And one funny little thing, like a little callback to, remember when I shipped my Criterion Blu-ray of Cure to you so you could watch it?
Of course, yes.
I think like last week, Criterion Collection announced their upcoming releases, and Cloud, they're going to put out Cloud on Blu-ray, so it's already part of the Criterion Collection.
I want to have that. Or gonna be.
Yeah, looked like a pretty cool release.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
So gonna buy that one.
I'm also gonna just dive more into the. Okay, so I'll focus a little bit. Maybe we can sort of move towards wrapping up, because wrapping up Cloud, because there were a few things that why I initially didn't get into it, and I was like, oh Sven, and it was but I don't know if you would be able to tell me. Maybe we would need an expert on the subject of like the whole reselling scene. Is that I just also didn't really buy it. Like it felt almost like, I feel like if you're super into that you could, like, say if there's a movie about a up and coming DJ producer who wants to make it in like the German dance scene, you could very easily probably say like, that is not at all how it goes. And I had that a lot with this movie, with the whole premise basically. Like I can't picture people getting like in these online vigilante chat rooms and going as far as what they do. So it's like a little absurd. But then again, the movie did have some misplaced comedy. Like at some point when he's like being chased or so, and then he ends up at his own apartment, and the first thing he's like, oh, the bags, like he needs to gather all the stuff because he's so consumed by capitalism and consumerism. And I also like a lot about all the reviews. They always say like, it's like a commentary on late stage capitalism and consumerism. And if initially was like, I don't know, but then again, the girlfriend, she's so materialistic, and the guy is all about making a quick buck. So it is probably, and I think he also went on in interviews to confirm that like that is his take on late stage capitalism and what have you.
Yeah, to me, I think it kind of is capitalism critique, of course, but also it just feels like like you can even look at it a bit wider, I think, and just see it as a criticism of like the society in general, because I think this movie just shows, okay, there is no person in the movie that you will like at the end. Like everyone is an asshole. Everyone just wants his own profit. Like in whatever. Like it does not even have to be about money. Like everyone just wants to be on top.
Yeah, like personal
and
greed,
literally just kills people for that. Like that's the whole movie. So it's actually, when you think about it, it's pretty fucking bleak. Like the whole thing is pretty dark. Like the premise. Yeah. But the movie plays not out like that. But when you think about the movie, you're sitting there like, damn, that was actually tough, right? Like it's actually a tough premise. It's pretty dark. It can drag you down when you think about it too much, because a lot of the stuff that happens in the movie is literally how the world sometimes feels at the moment. I feel like.
Yeah, totally. And that's why maybe then, and it's almost like too obvious, because it's not even a metaphor. It's like literally like reselling is like a shady business. So if you want to talk about capitalism and this and that, then that's like a very obvious one. It's not like, and I feel like, oh, maybe people are saying it because, like Parasite, which was more subtle about like classism and what have you. And not every movie necessarily needs to have like an underlying tone. But what you say, like, it could very well also definitely be about just like the human nature of greed and like power hungry and yes, no likable characters except the assistant. Fucking love that dude.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I think at the end it might be even the case, and that's kind of the theory I had. So it seems like, I think in the conversation with the old guy where he got the weapons, like from the syndicate, he said about something. Yeah, it's kind of sad that you are not with us in the syndicate anymore. But what I think is that he might be like the young guy, the kid, the assistant, might be someone who kind of lures in new people into the syndicate. So like a missionary kind of.
Okay.
So it might be the case that's why he's so nice to the guy, because he's not actually nice, but also just wants to profit from it to get him like into the society. You know what I mean? That's kind of my idea, because the film just feels. It feels too straightforward to have just one random nice guy there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like he's like too nice, because always at the end when all the vigilantes are dead, he's like, oh, don't worry, we got like a Mr. Wolf type character.
Yeah, we gotta clean that up. Don't worry about it. It's just like
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how it ended.
They were in the car. And then there was just the scene about like I think how they continue, and that the main protagonist does not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
And
I do remember
they can even that was so crazy. There was one sentence where the assist just said something like, "Yeah, you can get everything you can imagine, even weapons that end the world." And I'm like, where is this leading now? Like, what the hell is happening?
Cloud 2, like sequel. I do remember now, because I actually took like a screenshot of the last scene in the car, because with the lighting.
It looked amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Nice. Yeah, cool.
And that was the ending, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I was very badly prepared for this podcast, because I didn't have any notes on screen. I just like freestyled it all. But I think we kind of covered everything that I wanted to say about it.
I think so, yeah. It was honestly like, this was certainly a tough one. Next time we need something lighthearted, not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. And although I feel like in the end we did kind of nailed it, describing like why these movies work, what worked. Which is also
the
like
confusion. The confusion we had also kind of describes the movies pretty well. So
yeah, exactly. Which is funny, because again, like for either of the two movies, if you read a synopsis on Letterboxd or IMDb,
it's just one sentence,
basically. Yeah. But that's also show. Yeah, that's and how do you say that? Never mind. Like it shows that the director knows what he's doing. He's
absolutely
nice, awesome.
That's it, I guess. Oh my god.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. Yeah. So to everyone watching or listening to this, check out the other episodes.
Yeah, man.
We
got a whole backlog of 2
episodes. Yeah, a whole backlog, 2 episodes, but they are amazing.
They're fantastic. 0 horrible takes.
But honestly, if you've been through the whole episode now again, you can also check the Patreon. There is no one there yet, which is unfortunate.
Maybe I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah, I did already. So there's one person now, but
oh no.
But honestly, it's not about
ourselves as some tax scheme or something.
I can't imagine. No, but honestly, it's not about the Patreon. Watch the episodes, share them, and tell us why these are cool. Because we will definitely continue this. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky, probably scheduling one in December, but I hope we can make it work.
We will figure something out. Maybe we can find some Christmas movies.
Yeah. So original.
Yeah, something clever. Oh, we just do something completely different, like an Easter movie or something, or like Mother's Day or stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, yeah. And in the meantime, if people have suggestions, like what kind of like movies they want to see us go, because it's not even, like I said, it's not even straight up horror. We never said it was going to be horror. I don't know what we said. You wrote that, but I just copied it on YouTube. So
oh yeah, I wrote that. Yeah, of course.
Nice. But yeah, that brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. So. We'll be back next month, and
that's it. Peace.
Yeah, do we have a peace? Yo.